I'm going to give you a moment to also reflect on any memories that you have for our friend KiXSTAr.
Oh man, I have so many memories with Kix. I would say the biggest one is, he called me on Discord at like 8 in the morning and was like, "Hey, what do you think of this Interrobang guy?" And I was just like, no, but in reality, I mean, me and Kix talk a lot more than it looks like on Twitter and stuff. But he was a really nice guy in Mexico. He was very helpful. He's always been there throughout my career, even the bad times. Back-to-back relegations. He was always there. Keep your head up. You're a top player. That type of stuff. It's just the type of guy that he is, and it hurts everybody. If he's hurting, if you're hurting more than other people, reach out, talk to people. He had a lot of impact on people's lives, and we're all gonna miss him. And I'm gonna start tearing up, so I'm gonna stop.
Kix's passing is really hard for me. I've known him for like 6 years. I don't even know what to say. I remember the biggest thing that always pops up to me is holding his hair back in Poland when the first time he was probably drinking. He was having a good time. So I never thought I'd have to do that, and I had to hold his hair back, and yeah. And then I think Vets to Vets carried him home that night. So that was a good time.
Man, I just want to say something about Kix. I've known that guy. Well, I met him back in DreamHack Austin in 2018, and he's always just been a pleasure to be around and talk to and just share thoughts and memories with. He cared a lot about the game. He always had big plans and ideas that maybe would push the game to be better than it is today. And I think everyone who's playing here today had a heavy heart, and we miss him. We love him, and I just hope he's resting in peace.
I mean, I have a lot of memories with Kix, and just, I mean, honestly, some in the moment were great, but just looking back on them now, I mean, it makes me really appreciate just the fact that we crossed paths and the contributions he's made to the scene. A big thing I really was thinking about is, as everyone knows, he was formerly a competitive player, and he really did something, I think, that brought more people into the game, and to see the competitive side of the game that he loved so much and that I love so much. I know it always even leaked through into his casting. He just loves, or he has always loved watching Great Siege. And that was something he constantly mentioned, and just he really took it seriously to bring it into casting and kind of shine a light on that to more players and expose more players to competitive Siege and get the understanding and just the appreciation for the game that we have as pro players. And it's something that I really appreciated about him. And yeah, I just literally this morning I was just thinking about, like, I really want all the players in the community really just let's put on a show for him. And yeah, we miss you, Kix.
So I want to talk about Kix a little bit to start. He was a personal friend of mine who I've known back since year one. He was just overall a great guy. I've never actually had a conversation with Kix that I just didn't enjoy. He was just all around positive vibes, and he was so passionate about Siege and everything he did for the game. He was always asking for feedback on his R6TMs, on his stream and everything like that. So I think it's just really important to celebrate his life and just never forget what he actually did for this community, and he'll be cemented as forever legend, in my opinion.
Damn, man. Like, I didn't think I'd get emotional. I don't know how you guys keep it together. It's been pretty hard. You know, I was close with Kix from the start. I actually wanted to share like a wholesome story, I guess. I remember like the first play test I ever went to. He, I guess, knew me because we competed against each other, and I was like one of the only other pros at the time. So he ended up coming up to me and he was like, "Yo, like, you know Intero, right? And like, you're friends with Intero." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm friends with Intero." He's like, "All right, well, I'm going to talk to the admins and the devs here, and like, I'm not going to cast unless they get Intero to cast with me." Kix in that moment, within like the first like 2 years of Siege, like was ready to just like quit pretty much unless they got Intero. And just the amount of dedication that he was in that room, in that meeting where she was standing up, screaming, saying like, you know, "We need Intero, I need my best friend." And like in the meeting, they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll see what we can do." And he was like not leaving that building until they signed, like, you know, until they said they were going to sign Intero. And it was just the amount of like drive that he had and the amount of effort he put into everything, you wanted to follow him. So like, as soon as he told me that, I was completely on board. He was just such an amazing person at like pulling the community together. Damn, this is tough. So I just, I don't think we're okay, but at the end of the day, as a community, we've come together to support and remember Kicks. So, yeah, rest in peace, and thank you for everything you did for us.
Yeah, I mean, for me, and I'm sure for a lot of fans of Rainbow Six, you don't know Rainbow without Kicks. He's always been around as a player, as a caster. I literally cannot remember Rainbow without him, and it just feels off. Even playing here, knowing that he's not the one watching over us, yelling about the plays we're making. I wasn't great friends with him personally. I would hang out with him a little bit at events, maybe have like a drink or something every now and then. But he was always so kind to me. When my grandmother passed away, he was the first person to message me on Twitter and say, hey, I'm sorry. When I kind of made an ominous tweet about possibly retiring after this season, he messaged me and he's like, man, don't leave. We need you in the community. And people always give me a hard time about my stats, and he'll message me and be like, hey man, don't listen to the haters. We know what you do for the team. And that's somebody that's barely knows me. I don't think you could find anybody that would say anything bad about Kicks. I think he was a great person and a great role model for a lot of people in the esports scene. So sometimes you question why things happen, and I'm sure a lot of us are questioning why it was his time. But I'm sure he's looking down on us, smiling, laughing at the plays. He's still with us in the community, and he always will be.
So obviously, I'm gonna take my time with this one.
Oh, feel free,
The first time I
man.
met KiXSTAr was at Raleigh. I was already a pro on Luminosity, and then also Accelerate Gaming, which is now TSM. At the Raleigh hotel, the UB store was up top, in front of the stadium, where everyone's getting food and stuff like that. So I see this guy in I think it was a silver suit or light blue. I forgot what it was.
It's the silver one with the black. I remember what you're talking about. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then he has his hair, and then he has his the blue jeans, or no, not the blue jeans, the blue dress pants right in front of me. And then I'm sitting right behind him, waiting to get these the real life chibis, the operator chibis, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, bet. It's my first major LAN that I'm visiting, by the way. I wasn't playing at the LAN. I still haven't played at a major LAN, hopefully soon. And he just looks behind me like this, and then he just turns around saying, hey, what's up, man? I'm Kicks. I was like, bro, I freaking know you, man. I was like, we were just talking about the collectibles, and he's like, yeah, I have this gold Caveira one. I'm trying to buy the gold Valkyrie. I need that one. I was like, listen, bro, I appreciate you having, I told him straight up, I appreciate you, talking to me. He's like, yeah, no problem, man. And then from then, we started playing ranked. And it's actually crazy because a year ago from this July, he has a clip on Twitter. And he screwed up an echo. He screwed up a call out to me that costing me a round in ranked or something. It's a Canal clip, but the clip or the round that he's talking about was from a different game or different round. And he literally asked me saying, hey, Thomas, I'm sorry that I messed up this clip. This is this round from Canal is what made up for it. I won't mess it up next time. And when I heard the news of Kicks, I just looked at that clip and I was like, bro, it's actually, without me cursing, freaking crazy, man. How much of a sweet person he was. And the stories that I heard of him when I was in Raleigh, where there's a couple people in here in the scene that haven't said it yet, but some of them were not even pro players at the time, or not even Challenger League players, and they had a ticket to the event, but didn't have a plane ticket or a hotel room, and he opted to give them money, and he did give them money to get a hotel room or to get the airplane ticket. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it, he's a fucking amazing dude, and
he is.
We're never gonna have someone to replace someone like him. It's actually, it hurts to talk about him at a young age where like he had this whole life to experience, and we're gonna fucking miss him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's probably something that it goes back before most people were involved in Rainbow Six. Everyone knows that he like played beforehand, and I played against him a lot. First memory I actually have, I wouldn't say best memory, but first memory I have of him, we were like a top 10 team back when Kix was on the top 2 team. He was on Team Mythic's B team, and we were scrimming them. And afterwards, he like asked if anyone wanted to play ranked, because everyone played ranked back then. So when we were playing, my brother and I were asking like, so what'd you think of us? Like, how'd we do? And Kix was like, I'm gonna be honest, you guys sucked. And he's gonna say, and I was like, okay. Like, I wasn't expecting obviously someone to be that real. You know, I didn't really know Kix that well. And he started breaking down a lot of stuff that we were doing wrong. It was like he was specifically talking about Old Canal, and they were bandit tricking in the box upstairs. And back then, you had to essentially roam clear the bottom floor on that side, get the bandit tricker off from inside security, then you could get the wall open. And we were just like zapping thermites on the wall. They were just, you know, they were way better than us. But the way he talked to me, and I'm a very competitive person, you guys all know that, it's really kind of what sparked my entire love for Rainbow Six Siege and like trying to be better than other people. I wanted to beat Kix bad after he like obviously called us bad. So I mean, like, that's who he was, you know, and no matter what if you wanted to hear it or not, he would tell you what you should hear, you know, and I always respected him for that. We were competitors against each other for a while, and then when he got on the desk, I always got to spend hours talking to him, like between games or dream hacks. He would come behind when I'm behind the team, and he would talk with me, and I really appreciated those talks. We were really close, so I miss him. Love you, bud.